Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Black Clover. Last time around we had the Black Bull's hideout, where cutting away from the epic battle between the Royal Knights and the Eye of the Midnight Sun, we cut back over to the Black Bull's base, where pretty much everyone had gone out. Yami was heading over to Golden Dawn to talk to William. Vanessa went to go check on Finral. Charmy went to go find food, because what else is Charmy going to do? And Magna went off to train, basically, leaving Gauche, Gordon, and Gray at the Black Bull's hideout to face the Eye of the Midnight Sun, because Rades and Sally and, was it Valtos, all showed up to, they want to destroy the Black Bull's hideout, and also to find a secret that lies within. And that secret seems to be another person. There's someone with super long white hair and a grimoire that's been hiding out in the Black Bull's hideout. So, yeah, we got to see what that's all about. But, yeah, that's pretty much that. So, like always, the reaction is down in the description and the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure. So let's go ahead and jump right into this episode of Black Clover. Here we go. Oh, boy, oh, boy. I mean, here's the thing. It makes sense that Licht would be able to obtain the last two stones and unlock all the true power so we can figure out what the fuck is happening, honestly. We figure out everything, and, maybe he awakens the great demon or something. I don't know what the plan is, but... However, the problem I foresee is that he has, in order to get those last two stones, Licht has to face Julius. And there's a part of me that kind of wonders, can he do it? I mean, we know he's powerful. We know Licht is powerful, but he also almost lost to Yami. And they've stated that the Third Eye were all stronger than he was. So I don't know. I don't know if he can actually beat Julius, Heck, when he did encounter Julius the one time, Julius got away without a scratch, and Licht got his entire arm aged by 1,000 years, So, I don't know. I don't know how that fight will go down. I hope it's not just like Gojo, where it's just like, well, we're just going to put you in this prison because we have no way of writing around how strong you are, so whatever. And it's just like, oh, okay, thanks. Like, I don't know if this is a Julius, if this is going to be Julius's version of nah, I'd win, but I don't know. It is just the thing, though. From a story, from a narrative perspective, you want Licht to do all of this. Like, you want it to be where it's like they get to the height of their power. Thus, then, Asta gets to whatever new height he's at, and then they fight at their full power, The plot can't just stop because Julius just defeats them so thoroughly. But I don't know. Is there something that I'm not accounting for? I don't know. I guess the only problem of hyping up Julius for 90 straight episodes is, boy, that there better not be any funny business, because I don't know. But there has to be funny business, because how else do you defeat him? Like, Julius is on another level to everybody. And the funny thing is, we don't even know if, like, he gets a power-up from being the Wizard King, or if it's just he's that damn good, I don't know. Can that is a funny thing, is, can the main villain defeat one of the most powerful good guys? I love that that's the question. Not can the good guys defeat the bad guy, but can the bad guy defeat the good guy? You know? What a funny scenario that is. Like, you don't see that very often. Like, you go back, and this is not a way of shitting on these shows. I just want to bring it up as a reference, but like, that's never a question in like My Hero Academia. You know, it's like, oh well, can All for One even defeat All Might or anything? It's just like, which I guess he didn't, but even still, it's just like, that was not a question that like that was never a question. That was never a thing. Or like, you know, I guess what this is, honestly, is more of like Yoda versus Palpatine, you know? Where it's just like, can Palpatine defeat Yoda, you know, in Revenge of the Sith? Like, that fight is so crazy, you know? Because it's like, that, despite being Episode 3, is the 6th movie of Star Wars. And, you know, with everything that they kind of build up about Yoda, but they also build that up about Palpatine, too. And so it's just like, oh, these two are going to fight. It's like, okay. But even then, it's like, both of them are so hyped up to an equal level, and you don't really see either of them fighting that much beforehand. I mean, you see Yoda fighting a little bit in Episode 2 when he fights Dooku. But yeah, it's like, the two of them clashing is more just a, oh shit, you know? That's a Clash of the Titans right there. Whereas this, it's like, we've seen Licht fight. He fought Yami, and he was really... Yeah, like, Yami was able to fend him off, you know? In fact, they even got the drop on him with Asta, you know? Like, they were even able to do that. So it's just like... Now, we also have the whole thing of, like, the limiters that Licht has. Like, maybe if he turns those off, like Asta accidentally did, like, maybe he could defeat Julius, but I don't know. What a weird idea. It literally is. It instead of, are the good guys strong enough to beat the bad guy, we're literally, like, the entire plot right now is hanging on the idea of, is the bad guy strong enough to beat the good guy? That's where we are in our plot line, where it's just like, I don't know. Can he? Can he defeat Julius? We don't know. And that's so weird. What a weird thought, you know? What a weird thought for this. You know, it's just like, seriously? I don't know. But yeah, but anyway, Henry... I've already forgotten his last name. It was something. It was like Lago something. But Henry. Luckily I wrote down Henry. I do love that. I love that it's just like, Yami literally was just out shopping for, you know, he was home searching, you know? He was out house shopping, and he found this place that just had this bedridden sick dude who basically absorbs magical energy from people. And Yami was just like, you know, this place is pretty cool. Like, it can move around and stuff. Like, you know, I'm gonna need a place for my squad. I want this. And it's just like, no, but you know, I take the energy, the magical energy, the mana of people that reside here. You know, it's you know, I'll give. You can have this place after I die. And Yami's just like, that's fucking creepy. I don't want this place if you're going to die in it. So you live, you know, look, I'm going to bring in a bunch of high energy goofball goblins, you know, just a bunch of people with gremlin energy. They're going to come in. They'll provide you enough. You'll live. You'll be fine. Anyway, I love that. I love that. And the fact that he gives him the Black Bull's robe too. It's like, so presumably he's one of the original, like, if not the original Black Bull squad member after Yami, basically, you know? He's the first one that was recruited. So, man. That's crazy. It's just like, yeah, it's like, it makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Of course that would be how Yami found this place. It's just like, he was out house hunting, found this place was weird, decided to give it a try, you know? Even if there's a creepy dude named Henry in there, it's just like, nah, it's fine. We'll be all right, you know? And I love, too, it's like, with the amount of energy that has been poured into this building, it's like, it's allowed him to get up, you know? He's still for the most part, sick, but it's just like, no, he's he's gotten a lot stronger because of how much mana has been poured in, you know? And I like that, too, that it's just like, you know, he can't interact with them because if he gets too close to someone, he sucks up too much of their mana. Asta doesn't have mana, you know? I really like that. Asta doesn't have mana, so he just came in and he just comes in and talks to him every so often because Asta's a good boy, you know? He's a good boy. He heard about... one day he got lost, found Henry, and was like, oh, hey, what are you doing here? And it's just like, oh, you know, he told him about how Yami found the place, and he's like, oh, okay. You know, I'll talk. I'll clean up your room while, you know, you can't really, since you can't clean up, I'll clean up for you. You know, I'm already doing chores, you know? Because that's who Asta is. He's a good boy. I fucking love that about Asta, you know? We need more good boys in anime, you know? Asta, Tanjiro, I love these fucking good boys, you know? They're so great, you know? Ugh. And then the fact that we had a fucking kaiju fight. A mecha kaiju fight. And, you know, that's the thing about this show. It's like, it's a medieval fantasy, kind of, you know? I love how much they play with the medieval fantasy of, like, how much can we just have in this world, you know? It's like, they'll have, like, communicators and stuff like that. They'll have, like, you know, some, like, basically television programs just by having, you know, this, like, magic that lets you view things and stuff. And it's like, I love that. And it's just like, alright, let's add a mecha on there. Sure, why not? Let's have a medieval mecha by creating the Raging Black Bull. That's so great. I love that. And then fighting Sally's big ol' sticky salamander. I don't know why I didn't realize that just is her magic, is gel magic. So, I don't know, man. But hey, they were all able to help, which was also good too, you know. It's like they started the fight, but it's just like, you know, the Raging Black Bull can't do anything against the gel, especially once it becomes so viscous. So viscous and rigid. Ugh, viscous. Ugh. It's like the word cusp. Can I go on a quick tangent? I hate the word cusp. There's something about it. It sounds disgusting, you know? I mean, first off, it sounds like cum. Second off, it sounds like something a cow would eat, like cud or something, you know? And so whenever I hear someone be like, we're on the cusp of this, it's like, ew, get off. I don't want to be on there. I don't want to stand on that. Like, I hate that word more than moist. Moist to me is just kind of goofy, you know? Because it's like, it doesn't invoke moisture. Like, it doesn't invoke that in my head, that feeling. It's just sort of a goofy word of just moist, you know? It's just stupid, but cusp, it's just like, ugh, I hate that word. So that's what her gel is. It's cusp. Ugh. Just a viscous, sticky cusp. I want to go wash my hands now. Jiminy. Anyway, but they were able to help out as well. You know, having Gauche multiply Gray to use her transforming magic to turn the gel into a plant that Gordon could poison with his poison curse magic. Like, that was good. That was a really, really good way of doing that. And then yeah, just beating the shit out of all of them. It's just like, it's so good. We ended up losing in the end because they did get the stone, but still, it's like, these fucking guys. And fucking Rada's like, I'm not retreating. I'm not actually retreating. I'm gonna come back someday. I'm gonna kill you. And it's like, oh my god, this fucking bitch. He's just as annoying as ever. But oh boy. But yeah, but we seem to be in for some crazy stuff coming up. So yeah, that is pretty much that. With all of that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. All right, guys. Thanks for watching this video. How do I do this again? There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my Black Clover reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.